From Genesis to Revelation was an early Decca release. I was full of ideas in those days, as usual, way ahead of my time. For a start, I wanted them to do a concept album, which I thought would be very different and unusual. I wanted to call it From Genesis to Revelation. It would go through the whole length of time, thought process and everything. We were very pretentious young kids. And they did this very good album, I thought. I arranged little bits that went in between the tracks, little string bits that linked them all together. They gave them all titles that fitted in with the whole concept of From Genesis to Revelation. And I thought what we do is we put it in a black sleeve with no name or anything on it. We call it From Genesis to Revelation. People would then discover and it would become extremely important. Well, of course, it all went dreadfully wrong because the rest of the world hadn't quite caught up with my advanced ideas. This was always the case. I mean, Genesis themselves didn't really happen until years later, although I'd started them off. The same happened to me later on when I started the Bay City Rollers off and gave them their first hit, but it was years before they became truly popular. Even the Rocky Horror Show, which I started off, took decades before actually it became the big cult movie and the show that it always was. So when these albums with the black cover reached all the retailers, they looked at it and they thought, this is bizarre. From Genesis to Revelation must be religious music, they said, and stuck it in the bins with all the other religious music. So it didn't do a thing. Nobody even was aware it was there, sadly. I'm afraid that little marketing ploy was probably the reason why it wasn't a much bigger album, because it was packed with some absolutely sensational songs.